Hey, what's up, yo? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. But this ain't really what you would call your everyday normal slop. This is one of those very morbid, terrible, unfortunate slops. So, unfortunately, as you know, Liv Morgan ended up getting a shoulder injury. We don't know the extent of how bad the injury happens to be, but she did injure herself last night, right, in a match with Kairi Sane. I'm not sure if it was a fatal four-way match to go into the King of the Ring or the Queen of the Ring, or if it was a one-on-one match. I didn't watch Raw last night because I was at work. But I seen the replay of them showing it over and over again last night on social media. And when I woke up this morning, they were still talking about it. So I'm aware. I understand. Shit happens. It's the simplest shit in the fucking world. There was nothing extreme taken. There was nothing crazy being done. It was something as simple as like a single leg takedown. Liv Morgan fell. She tried to brace herself, and I think they said it was her right arm. It just buckled under the weight and messed up her shoulder. People are saying most likely it's going to be 4 months of her being out. I hope that's not the case, because I think SummerSlam this year, that's in Jersey, right? I think it's in Jersey, right? Ain't she from New Jersey or whatever? So that would absolutely fucking suck, right? Or is she from New York? I can't remember. Or is SummerSlam New York or New Jersey? One of those shits. But I know it's in her home state. I know that for a fact. And that sucks. That horribly fucking sucks. What sucks even worse, though, is the terrible fans that exist within the IWC. I can't stress this enough that these people, they need to be excommunicated. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I love trolling, but then there are some lines that I don't cross when it comes to trolling, and I think most people will understand you don't cross those lines when it comes to trolling. But they're not even trolling, though. That's the sad part. It'd be terrible if you were trolling off of that alone, because it's like, okay, bro, chill the fuck out. But it's like they're not even trolling. I've been seeing a lot of demented shit as of late when it comes to some of the wrestling fans who happen to be women fans. You know what I mean? I see these people, they stand super hard for a certain wrestler, and as a way to protect the wrestler that they're standing over, they, with so much vitriol, go after a contemporary. Someone who they feel is in opposition to whoever they're standing over. And I feel like you might see that occasionally amongst the man, but it goes so much deeper and it goes so much harder. It very much reminds me of anime fans. Like the way these people fangirl over the divas. It very much reminds me of the anime community and how hard they go whenever they talk about a certain topic. It's demented. It's fucking demented. Right, so you have people who are actively going out of their way. I don't know what else to say. They're celebrating. They're actively celebrating that Liv Morgan got an injury. Some of these people, from the comments that I'm reading, they're either A, taking kayfabe way too seriously, and maybe there can be some type of mental issues going on upstairs if they happen to be old enough, or they're children, and maybe there should be some, I don't know, like some adults stepping in and getting them off of Twitter, because to be quite frank, children shouldn't be on Twitter nowadays anyways, just knowing what's on there. Where's the guidance? Okay, put that to the side. Most fans are actively saying that they hate Liv Morgan, but that's already bad enough. But that they're also saying that they despise Nikki Bella. And you're probably saying to yourself right now, what the fuck? Nikki Bella, what the hell does she have to do with this? Well, if you didn't know, Liv Morgan is currently in a feud. She's like in multiple feuds right now. That's another thing that sucks too. She goes down, like holy shit. That's like a domino effect to a lot of the women's division storylines going on in Raw. I mean, how many storylines was Liv Morgan involved in with, right? Right? The stuff with the women's tournament bullshit, the Kairi Sane stuff, the Nikki Bella stuff, the Io Sky stuff. She's involved in a lot of fucking storylines at the moment, right? Especially the off and on storyline with Rhea Ripley. So that sucks also, but it's pretty clear that they were going to go down the path of either Nikki and Liv Morgan at that Women's Evolution show that's coming up, or it was going to be for the Women Tag Team Championships, where it was going to be Brie and Nikki taking on Raquel and Liv Morgan for the Tag Team Championship belts, right? I know Nikki and Brie have been clamoring to get their hands on the belt for the longest, but a lot of people do not like Nikki Bella. I mean, I'm not too big of a fan of Nikki Bella also, but that doesn't mean like she doesn't deserve to make money. Doesn't mean she doesn't deserve to, do what she can in order to put money in Artem's pockets. Okay, I kid. But like, yeah, with Liv Morgan going down, that means she can't wrestle Nikki Bella. So a lot of people are happy about that also. They're just kind of like, oh, well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Like, if Liv Morgan is out, that means, oh, okay, cool. We don't have to watch Nikki Bella wrestle, which is fucking wild that you're okay with someone being injured because you have a personal hatred to someone that you don't know. Like, I'm all for, like, criticizing people, but like having an actual hatred for them. You don't know them. Like, what the fuck is wrong? You don't know them. You can criticize them. You can hate their actions. I see nothing wrong with that. But being parasocial enough where you're actively wishing someone is injured so you don't have to see them wrestle. You don't think there's something sick in the fucking head about that? Oh, but it gets even deeper. Yes, folks, it gets even deeper because again, these fans in 2025, they're demented as fuck. Apparently now people who happen to be Liv Morgan stans are actively blaming and wanting to see the release of Kairi Sane. Now they're saying that Kairi Sane has been involved in 2 injuries and therefore she is now a risk. She's she's hurting superstars left and right. She's the new Nia Jax. People are saying this is karma because Kairi Sane constantly kept getting hurt by people like Nia Jax, by people like Charlotte Flair, and people rallied around her, and now they're saying, okay, well, this is karma because now Kairi Sane is doing the injury. Now, mind you, the 2 injuries that they're talking about, obviously the Liv Morgan situation, and they're talking about the Zoe Stark injury a couple of weeks ago. The Zoe Stark injury where she springboards into the ring and she fucks up herself. That injury. But then when you bring that up, people are like, oh, well, if Kairi Sane was in the correct position, then Zoe wouldn't have had to brace herself like that. That Kairi didn't injure her, though. She didn't. And with Liv Morgan, it was a freak accident. It was a single leg takedown. Kairi didn't do anything, but people were like, they want to see Kairi Sane released. The Liv stands, bro. They're going full throttle behind her. I think Kairi Sane honestly should be looking over her shoulder. These people are fucking insane. But it gets even deeper. Yes, folks, it does not stop. You think it stopped? It does not stop. Rhea Ripley, which this was the way I caught all this to begin with. She put out the initial tweet essentially saying if, you're a nunce, Yes, I'm gonna call you that because I feel like that's the same behavior. You have the same mentality as a child predator. I really see you that way. Really, what's really the difference? If you're that demented in one aspect, why not just insult you and put you directly into the same position that most of the people are in when they're that really demented? So yeah, I'm gonna call you a nonce. She essentially said, if you're going after Liv Morgan by celebrating her injury, you're sick in the fucking head. Essentially what I've been saying throughout this entire video. And she got it also. yeah, it's a wild set of events, folks. Rhea Ripley got it also. Apparently people are saying things such as Rhea Ripley needs to shut the fuck up. Liv Morgan had it coming. You know, some people who apparently, again, they think wrestling is real. They dead ass called Rhea Ripley. They dead ass called her a hypocrite because they looked at it like, well, Rhea, you injured Liv Morgan, so when someone else does it, that means what? I don't fucking know. I don't know what that means. I don't. I can't remember the injury that Liv Morgan sustained from Rhea Ripley, but apparently people are saying that's the case. Was it that match that they had like 2 years ago in the tag team match with Raquel Gonzalez? Did she get injured by Rhea Ripley in that match right there? So even better, now that I'm looking this up right now, apparently no, Rhea Ripley did not accidentally injure Liv Morgan in 2023. The storyline involved Rhea Ripley attacking Liv Morgan, but the injury was scripted to write Liv off television. In reality, Liv Morgan was already dealing with a legitimate shoulder injury. However, after Liv Morgan's return, she accidentally injured Rhea Ripley's shoulder during a backstage brawl, which WWE then incorporated into their storyline. Okay. So even the stands who were saying that Rhea Ripley's a hypocrite, they got it all wrong. From what I'm looking at right now, Liv actually injured Rhea accidentally. And what happened with Rhea and Liv 2 years ago now, apparently Liv was already suffering from a shoulder injury prior to that. So she has a history of shoulder injuries. So that's pretty evident also. But why is Rhea Ripley a hypocrite? Why? Although now I'm seeing all the comments, now that I'm looking at Twitter right now, people are saying, Rhea, you should be happy, Karma's a bitch. Oh, okay. So at least that now attaches to this. So I see why people are saying Rhea's the whole time I thought people were saying Karma was because, apparently these people are retarded and they can decipher real life from, kayfabe. And I was thinking like, oh, okay, these dumb fucks are legitimately saying Karma as in like, Liv Morgan's been making her life a living hell on television, therefore Rhea Ripley, you should be happy about this. Although there are some comments like that also, but this is what it's stemming from. So people who are seeing Liv Morgan, who was injured by Rhea Ripley, they just can't decipher real life from kayfabe. Okay. I cannot stress enough. I cannot stress enough that these people are absolute fucking loonbacks. And I also can't stress enough that the world would be such a better place if these people did not exist. Like, it's to the point now that social media has done so much to these people's brain. Can I ask a legitimate question though? Like, to the people who are out there standing for the women, right? People who are standing, because this is not just them. I see them standing for the Bianca Belairs. I see them standing for the Becky Lynches of the world. What's the end goal to all this for you psychopaths? Like between this and then the Roxanne Perez stalking stuff, like legit shit. What's the end goal? Like, do you think that you're gonna date the women? Like, is that what I'm actually legit asking a question? Like, this is not even me concern trolling, even though it sounds like it. I'm not concerned. I'm asking a legitimate question for the audience, because I know there's like 1, 2, 3 of you guys, and my audience also. I see you type. I know who you are. I see you in the comment section. When you stand for these women and you attack the other women with so much vitriol, what is the end goal to all of this? Do you think you're gonna be able to fuck the women? I swear to God, that's what it comes off to me. Do you think they're going to talk to you or celebrate with you? I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what's in your minds. And I'm actually legitimately, if not concerned about your behavior, I do think, you want to hear the sad part about this? I do think that there's going to be a disaster in the future. I do think that. Now that we have people who are so parasocially linked to the internet, and you get to talk to these celebrities, you have Roxanne Perez, someone as low on the totem pole at this moment as Roxanne Perez, who has to walk around with security. With security. It's not as if we haven't had situations with celebrities where men took it too far, and women too, of opposite genres. I wouldn't even necessarily say this is a gender exclusive thing, although you'd be mad retarded to not say that it doesn't happen more to the women. It's not exclusive to the women, but it happens dramatically more to the women. But you can just extend this overall to the wrestlers in general. Why do you guys keep doing this, man? Why are you intentionally making the wrestlers scared? You say you care for them. You say you like them. Why do you intentionally keep scaring them? It makes no sense to me. You're never gonna get with them. Never in your life. You're just not. It's not happening. Just based off of your behavior alone, that's enough to make the average person not want to deal with you. Why do you think that behavior is going to translate well to you being able to get the girl of your dreams? Yeah, that's how they think. I have to say it in the manner of how they think. Do you think attacking the other women is going to make them happy? You do realize they're all friends in real life, right? Like, what you see on television is not real. I don't think they understand that. I don't think they get that. Liv Morgan she's good friends with Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan, she's good friends with the Bellas. Liv Morgan is good friends with Kairi Sane. You do know this, right? They don't actually hate each other. They're friends backstage. You do realize attacking one of them, especially in such a fucking insane way, such as wishing harm on them, is not going to get you into the good graces of the wrestler that you're currently standing. If anything, that's going to make them want to get away from you even further. I don't think they understand this. I'm telling you, man, the quicker we get rid of social media, because I'm telling you, man, I hope to God this doesn't end up being the case, but man, I'll put it to you this way, man. You talk about these fan clubs and these people who go above and beyond. I'll put it to you this way, man. Some of you may be old enough to remember this situation. Some of you may have heard your mom or dad talk about this, or your uncle or your auntie talk about this. Some of you may follow it, especially if you're of Latin heritage, right? Go look up Selena. I'm not even going to explain the story. Go look up Mexican singer Selena. Some of you may be aware of this. Some of you may not. That's where I feel this is going to head down to sooner or later if we keep it up and not get control over this shit, man. Block these people, man. Kick them off of social media. You see them this parasocial, you got to cut that shit. You got to nip that shit in the bud, man. You got to put red flags on their account, man. These people are fucking sick in the head. They're sick, bro. But I'll let you guys talk about this amongst each other in the comment section as far as how you feel about the situation. Fans are wishing harm on wrestlers. They're attacking other wrestlers. All of this stemming off of Liv Morgan's unfortunate shoulder injury. How do you feel about it? Talk about it amongst each other in the comment section. I might be back later on today when I go to work if something pops off in the news. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow, either for the Dynamite review or something popping off, I don't know, that's trending in the news earlier in the morning or, late afternoon. But we'll get there when we get there. As always, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you fine folks later. Deuces, P, Ice.